Monday. It's a new day. We have survived the storm. Mama Yaya has deep circles beneath her eyes, a big bruise and bump on her forehead. My body is sore all over. On the bedroom window, there's a gap between planks. I press my face to the glass, peering at the morning light. Outside, the neighborhood has been torn apart. Trees snapped like toothpicks are lying on the ground. A car has been turned upside down. A doormat, welcome, is on top of a roof. Planks dangle from windows. Doors are smashed open. A pink and yellow big wheel is caught on power lines, its wheels spinning. I am happy to be alive. Chicken, I say to Mama Yaya. We'll have chicken. Even though it is dawn, chicken seems just fine. Mama Yaya is praying before her altar, lighting rosewood incense and picking up the statue of the Virgin Mary. Legba, who guards the spirit gates, has a broken cane. The storm damaged his head, too, and Mama Yaya kisses where his hair got scraped off. Mama Yaya sighs. I think she is happy, satisfied. But when I bring the chicken, which Spot licks, she hugs me, whispering, the true test is coming. I cock my head. What do you mean? You've been so strong. Mama Yaya pats my cheek, and I see the clouds in her eyes. I'm proud of you, Lanisha. I'm proud but worried at the same time. There's more that Mama Yaya isn't saying. I can feel it. I take a deep breath and let my air out slow. I'm grumpy, and I shouldn't be. We survived. Mama Yaya is proud of me. All is well. We sit on the bed together and eat. Mama Yaya only picks at the meat. I think about boarding up the bedroom window, but I do not want to look outside anymore. I don't want to see the broken street or hear my neighbors mourning what they lost. I want to be happy, knowing me, Spot, and Mama Yaya are alive. Mama Yaya leans her head back against the pillow. She says, when I was a girl, I thought all I had to do was dream good things and they would happen. It was only later that I realized I could only see the future, not control it. The truth is that even with sight, the world surprises you, gives you twists and turns. Like when Charles died, when I found out I couldn't have children, when my folks and all the folks I ever knew died, when neighbors didn't want me to birth their babies anymore. But you, she said, stroking my cheek, are my sweetest gift. The life surprise that soothed all my ills and gave me my greatest joys. I feel so blessed you are mine. I love you, Mama Yaya. I clutch her hand. I feel such calm, so lucky to be here right now. I don't ever want to live through another hurricane. I've been staying alive because I thought you needed me. Don't say that. I do need you, Mama Yaya. No, you're strong, Lanisha. Who got us ready for the storm? Who fixed this chicken? Who looked after me when I remained in bed? Who tried to reach 911? Who tried to help? I set down the chicken and lay my head in her lap. I don't want to hear what Mama Yaya is trying to say. I close my eyes and feel her hand smoothing my hair, soothing me. The room smells of chicken grease, dog, Mama Yaya's perfume, and Vicks. Her joints are always sore, and I'm glad she remembered to rub on the menthol from the green jar. I'm wearing down, honey. I sit up and stare into Mama Yaya's wrinkled face. She is wearing down, like a clock needing to be rewound. I'm 82. Can't go on forever. Think I ought to stop now. There are a million things I want to say to her, like how much she means to me, how everything I know I learned from her, how grateful I am. But my words are choked in my throat and spill over my eyes as tears. Without Mama Yaya, I will be really alone, lonely. But I am being selfish, only thinking about me. Mama Yaya is good for this world. There ought to be a law that good things and good people can't leave, ever. Your turn to meet the future, precious. Mama Yaya looks like an old elf. I stroke her hand. I think, what good is the future without Mama Yaya? Eat, I say, wiping my eyes. Let me feed you some chicken. It'll keep your strength up. Mama Yaya smiles. That's what I say to you. I tear off the chicken's wing. Here, a wing, your favorite. Mama Yaya is no longer smiling. Her cheek is pressed flat against the pillow. Time for me to pass all my remaining strength to you. Then she tucks herself under the covers like a child, pulls the blankets beneath her chin. Storm's coming, she murmurs. It's already been, I say. More, she says. Then she opens her eyes and looks at me, though I don't think she really sees me, just my shape in her half-blind eyes. Do you know why your mama is still here? I swallow. She wasn't sure you were going to be all right. The world can be a hard place sometimes, Lanisha. You have to have heart. You have to be strong. Parents want their children to grow up to be strong. Not just any strong, mind you, but loving strong. Your testing should have come much, much later. But when it came, you shined with love and strength. You're my strength, I say, confused by Mama Yaya's words. I'm not sure what I'm feeling. It's not pure happiness, but something sour, bittersweet. Mama Yaya lifts her head, chin up. Tashawn's coming. Her gray curls flatten again on the pillow. There's a pounding on the front door. Spot barks and runs down the stairs. I get up, glance back at Mama Yaya on the bed. My mother is right beside her. I head down the stairs. Lanisha! Spot! Tashawn and Spot are rolling wild on the kitchen floor. Tashawn, what are you doing here? I lost my parents. There were so many people at the Superdome. I looked everywhere. You wouldn't believe it, Lanisha. Thousands of people. When the storm was over and I still didn't see them, I thought maybe they came home. So I left. When I couldn't find my parents, I came home. They're not home yet, but they will be. Tashawn seems different. When did he become so talkative? When did he get brave enough to find his way home? You got some milk? I open the refrigerator. The electricity is still off, but the milk is not yet warm. I pour Tashawn a glass and watch him drink like white milk can cure anything. Tashawn is filthy, and he smells like he wet the bed, but I know he is too old for bedwetting. Tell me, I say. He's still on the floor, his legs curled beneath him, his hand on Spot's fur. It was terrible, Lanisha. Never seen so many folks. People sleeping in the stands, on chairs, cots. Smelled real bad. Tashawn wrinkles his nose. All the bathrooms ran out of toilet paper and paper towels real quick. I hand Tashawn another glass of milk, but he shakes his head at it. I put the glass on the counter. You survived the storm. Yeah, but it was scary. Folks shouting, crying all the time, the storm roaring, rattling the Superdome like it weren't nothing. There was a big screech, Lanisha. You wouldn't believe it. A big sheet of metal was torn off the roof. Crazy. The Superdome. Tashawn looked up at the ceiling, as if it could be ripped off any second. Everybody went wild, Lanisha. The darkness made everything worse. You could feel the rain, thick and heavy. Hear the wind overturning cots. Hear folks screaming for their kids, but you couldn't see nothing. But my pop made me feel even worse. Dads aren't supposed to be scared. Pop was holding on to me. I could feel him trembling. And my pop, who ain't been to church in years, kept saying, "Please, Jesus," and squeezing me so hard I could barely breathe. Tashawn covers his eyes with his hands. I hug and pat his back like Mama Yaya does for me when I'm scared. I keep repeating, "It's all right, Tashawn. We survived." Even with thousands of people screaming, the wind was louder. I know. I didn't think we'd get out of there. That the wind was going to toss the Superdome like a frisbee. Everybody inside would die. I don't tell him about our night. Tashawn, like Mama Yaya, seems to have run down. His energy drained like boys siphoning gas from a car. Sitting with his legs splayed, his head bent, and arms soft at his side, Tashawn is and isn't himself. Spot rubs his back against Tashawn's thigh. Tashawn lays his head on Spot's belly, then shivers, staring up at me. When I couldn't find my parents, I headed for home. I figure home is our meeting place. I see dirt, sweat, and tears dried on his face. They'll be home soon. I just know it. Sure, Tashawn, your parents will be worried, but I'm sure they'll figure out you came home. Where else is there to go? Right, especially since the hurricane is gone. I pat Tashawn's back again. Tashawn cries. I'm shocked. His knees are pulled up to his stomach, his head is on his knees, and he's shaking, tightening his grip about his knees, squeezing his shoulders small. Lanisha, I don't want to see no more. It seems even worse outside. New Orleans is all torn apart. I want to tell him how confused I am by Mama Yaya's words, but instead I just change the subject. Tashawn, how'd you get here? Tashawn doesn't move. You couldn't have walked. Superdome is way across town. He still doesn't move. Here, I can put chocolate syrup in the milk. Tashawn doesn't look up, but his nails scratch the floor. I see the stumps on his hands. Tashawn, 12 fingers. But he really didn't have 12 fingers, just baby skin that looked like it wanted to grow. I agree with Mama Yaya. It was a sign, meaning he'd hold strong to life. I think it makes him special. I set the glass down. Spot needs water. You want to get it? I hold out a bowl. Tashawn stands up. Tears have streaked his cheeks clean. He takes the bowl and turns on the faucet. Water sputters, flows yellow, then dies. Here, bottled water. Tashawn pours water into the bowl, and we both stand watching Spot lap until the water's gone. More, I say, and Tashawn pours. When Spot's done drinking, Tashawn sits on the floor beside him, his fingers tracing the linoleum cracks. He speaks softly. I walked some. First, I thought it was fun. Like them dogs that get lost and find their way home, I climbed over all kinds of mess. Bushes, trash, newspaper stands knocked down. Even saw a suitcase cracked open on a telephone pole. Hardly anybody on the streets. I kept thinking no one was as brave as me, even though I was scared. Tashawn rises to his knees, grabs his milk, and drinks it gone. Glass was everywhere. Cars left by the side of the road, even a bus got overturned. Dogs and cats everywhere digging in trash. Mud's everywhere, bushes, gigantic trees pulled out of the ground. I got so I couldn't walk no more, Lanisha. I was too hot. I was tired. My legs wouldn't move. I sat on the sidewalk. A white lady with a straw hat drove by. She had a dirty-faced kid in the car seat. You seen Lyle? She asked me. I said no. Who's Lyle, Tashawn? Don't know. Husband, son, dog, or cat? Tashawn shook his head. Don't know. I asked for a ride, said I'd help look for Lyle. Didn't she ask about your parents? No, she kept talking about the end of the world. After a while, I told her I wanted to find my dog Spot. She said, blessed be children and animals, and asked where I lived. 9th Ward, I said. She said she didn't think Lyle was in the 9th Ward, but she said it wouldn't hurt to see. But it did, Lanisha. The porch on my house fell off. It's in the middle of the street. Mama and Pop are gonna cry. They always say the house is all we have. Mama's mama left it to us. Rudy and Rodriguez's house is a mess, too. Shutters tore off. Did you see them? Are they safe? Don't know. Their house looks empty. Mrs. Watson's house lost its roof. I told the white lady that your house, Mama Yaya's, was home. She just let you out? Yeah, she said she had to find Lyle. I'm still sitting on the floor, imagining this poor lady driving and driving. I do not want to go walking in the city and see what Tashawn has seen. Can I stay here, please, Lanisha? I see shadows, ghosts hiding in the kitchen corners. I say, stay. Of course your parents will be back. Home is home. But I'm really thinking I'll have to take him back. Not now, but soon. If I was Tashawn's mom, I'd keep looking for him until every last person left the Superdome.